Hi, my name is Liran Aliav, and we're going to talk today about what happens if I die without a living trust. So first off, there is a procedure in place through the courts called probate. And for anybody who doesn't have a living or assets within a living trust or in other mechanisms that avoid probate, will have to go through probate. So a lot of people will come to me because they have a piece of property in their names. And in order for us to move that piece of property to the next generation, we're gonna need to go through the probate process. And probate is simply taking an asset and changing the title to it at the end. But before we change the title, we need to pay off creditors, we need to appraise the asset, we need to sell the asset, we might need to, there's a form for beneficiaries fighting. So it really could take a long time, this whole probate procedure. It could take, it could take anywhere from like a year to there's some probates that have been open for 10 years that I've been part of. So technically it could take about a year, but it usually doesn't. Usually I would say about 2 to 3 years for the probate. And if you don't do probate, if you have a living trust, then you bypass all of this court stuff. You don't have to really go through court. You do this privately. That's the reason people do living trusts, so that there's always first of all, you get to choose where everything wants to go. So everything you want it to go to a specific niece or nephew, you could do that. But if you don't have that, then the courts may decide for you depending on the paperwork you have. But it's, again, a public proceeding in a public place, and everybody could see what you got. It takes a long time. And probably the worst part of probate is the fact that it's so expensive, right? So just as a rule of thumb, it's about, I would say for a $2 million estate, it's probably, $40,000-ish for the executor, and then $40,000-ish for the attorney. So it gets pretty expensive, and that's just if a plain vanilla probate. So if there's more to do, it's going to be a lot more costly than that, like beneficiaries fighting. So yeah, you want to avoid this procedure if possible. You do a living trust for it, and that's the end of the day. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about putting stuff into the bucket once you do the living trust. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, your next step is to sign up for the webinar by clicking the link above. And if you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and comment below. Be happy to address them. See you soon.